Prioritization is a problem. Every team that I work with has a never-ending list of tasks that need to get done. Somehow everything on that list is important. Somehow everything on that list is urgent. And one tiny slip up on one thing cascades into 1,000 additional problems. Across the highest performing teams that I've worked with, one particular trick has really worked. Because in theory, we should have some guidelines for what we prioritize and what we deprioritize. Something like a corporate or functional or team strategy, maybe a mission or a set of values. And probably in most cases, a set of goals or OKRs. In practice, all of that stuff ends up in a document, which ends up on a drive, and nobody ever looks at it. So a lot of smart work that ends up not getting used. And the real problem is that never-ending list of things to do. Oh, by the way, you never have any time to do any of those things anyway, so it's all going to happen between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. when you should be recuperating, being with your family, doing other fun stuff. Okay, so what's the trick? It's to compress the most important parts of your strategy into something that actually looks like a priority. This is super simple. Reframe your strategy as one good thing, even over another equally good thing. This way of framing it gives people a really simple way to say yes or no to certain projects, or even reframe projects that could be going in a better direction. But it takes some time to get good at, and here's a few tips. One way that this falls down is having it be one good thing over something that's obviously bad, like run profitably even over go out of business. That's not a choice. Another thing to watch out for is making it wordy or boring. For example, flawlessly execute our 3 big bets, launching new product, expanding to the next city, improving customer service, even over optimizing existing operations. A, no one's going to remember that. B, you've just packed in a ton of new priorities into this one priority. And all that extra semantic material gives more people more ways to reframe the meaning. A better way to put that would be big bets even over existing ops. The way I like to put this into practice is also pretty simple. One, host some kind of retrospective with your full team. Doing this allows you to assemble and review some high quality input for your new prioritization. Number 2 is to actually brainstorm a lot of options. I like to have everyone do this in silence, where we try to get as many even over options out of their heads and onto Post-its in about 5 minutes. Then I like to have the team secretly vote on the options, and don't have the boss vote. And definitely don't have the boss vote before the team votes, because they'll just pick what the boss picked. You're looking to get some collective wisdom about what is actually needed by the team to make some prioritization calls. Using that data, I like to have the boss select up to 3 different options. If you don't have a boss, you can use some other method like an election process, which I'll get to in another video. And then as a team, go find that gigantic list of things to do and use these new statements to call things in or call things out. Ideally, you're going to get to a much shorter list of things that actually matter for the team. And for the things that are out as a result of the strategy, and I do personally refer to these things as strategies, the boss should now have a list of things they need to go talk to their partners about so that they know which things the team has deprioritized for the weeks and months to come. So that's it. Compress all of that thinking that would normally end up on OneDrive, where no one will ever look at it, into a handful of short, memorable statements of priority that the team can actually use.